Good morning, everyone. This is Royce coming back at you with yet another fast food fave. And today on the docket, we are going somewhere which I never thought we'd be going. Little Caesars Pizza. The official sponsor of Super Bowl, let's see, LV3, or 58? Um, so, do I not like Little Caesars? Not really. Well, okay, it's complicated because there are things from Little Caesars I like, but I don't normally go to them because when I first started working in hotels, people would get the $5 hot and readies a lot, and what I would do is I would eat the leftovers because there would always be leftovers in the fridge, and they were for the staff. So, night auditor is part of the staff. I have jokingly said in the past that if you work at a hotel, you will never go hungry. Um, and so yeah, um, I grew sick of Little Caesars because I used to eat it cold, or sometimes reheated. Which let me tell you, the only thing worse than cold pizza is reheated pizza. At least with Little Caesars. With Little Caesars, you kind of got to eat it hot and ready. But there is one thing from them that they recently introduced. Well, recently, it was 2016, I think, when it first came out, that I actually do really enjoy. The pretzel pizza. Pretzel crust, nacho cheese, regular cheese, and pepperoni. All turned into just a delicious pie. Oh, look how floppy it is. Mm. Mm. It is greasy enough to turn the pizza box clear. For those who don't remember Dr. Nick's 12 steps to weight gain, or whatever he called it. Mm. Just look at that. That, my friend, is cheese that is legally not cheese, and butter that is legally not butter. But it still tastes good. And this is one of those pizzas where eating the crust isn't a chore because it's a pretzel crust. Well, you can kind of tell that they cheated because only the outer ring is pretzel. I forget if it used to actually be the entire pizza being pretzel, but just the outside is okay. And it's that weird chunky salt that is on pretzels. And this is $8 a pizza. You can get these and be happy. And because it's so big, it'll last you a minute too. Look, these are nice big pieces of pizza. The problem with Little Caesars, in my opinion, is that their tomato sauce is a little too acidic. I think that's because they don't let the tomatoes, they don't thoroughly cook the tomatoes before they put them in the sauce. And Lord forbid they add some sugar to it to lighten the acidity. But this removes that problem by just taking out the sauce and replacing it with ooey gooey liquidy cheese. I believe this is what they would call stadium nacho cheese, where it doesn't have that jalapeno spice that like the big can of nacho cheese you get from Sam's Club does, but it has just that like good like bassy flavor of cheddar. Well, not really cheddar, but kind of cheddar notes that where you're like, yeah, I can dip chips in this. I can dip a pretzel in this. This actually may be tied for the furthest in advance I've recorded well, not the furthest in advance, but this may be the furthest in advance I recorded for a fast food fave that wasn't the uh, all of November recorded in a single weekend or in a single week in Des Moines. Um, by the time you're watching this, I'll be in Des Moines. Uh, Having a grand old time with my grandma. I worry that I may miss her official party because apparently it's Sunday, the day we gotta go back, which is just idiotic on my dad's part. I don't know. But hopefully I'll be able to at least give her my love and give everyone their Christmas presents. My dad got a model rocket. My grandma got a frame and a holographic painting to go in it. And my aunt got a Doctor Who Boggle game. Or I think it was Boggle. It might be Yahtzee. I'd have to look at it. I didn't really grow up with Little Caesars because, like, I grew up in Glenwood, a very small town. So the pizza chains that I had access to were Pizza Hut, Casey's, and Bread Dough. And then when I went to visit my grandma Nancy's, we usually got well, she either usually got the Costco take and bake pizza, or when my aunt was being mean and refusing to eat grandma's cooking, we would get Papa John's. Like that's something that my family used to do a lot. They'd they would eat and then tell grandma like, "Oh, we can't eat your food. I'm so sorry. We already ate." Which is just really mean to do to her. Like she spent all that time cooking. You could at least try to enjoy it. Un- Unfortunately, my grandma is getting older and quite frankly shouldn't be cooking for herself anymore. Like she likes the freedom of it, but if when you're using a walker, it's it's hurting. Yeah, and it's like physically hurting you to stand at the oven. You should probably let others handle it for you. You're gonna be 88. That's it. That's a very big number. I think that's how old her husband was when he died. God, I miss John. Great man. He was actually a veteran too. I did not know that about him. He never talked about it. like an American veteran. I guess to help his thing get emigrating to the U.S., he served in the military or whatever. Man, this part's really salty. Ugh. And my aunt isn't the only one guilty of doing that to my grandma. My brother did it. My dad did it. Um, I was pretty much the only person who never did it. I feel like I need to state that right now because I don't want to be blame casting on my aunt unceremoniously like some idiot. Anyway, oh lord, that is really salty. Ugh. I gotta go drink some water. You all have a good one. This is Royce Miller. I'm outie.